so excited, as Yvonne would say,
Yep.
to be here today with my friend, my badass entrepreneur, my let's just take on one more thing, BFF Yvonne Verity. So she decided to kick off a podcast because she had nothing to do in her spare time. And here we are with the brand new, amazing podcast, Rebel Roots. So, Yvonne, I've had the privilege of knowing Yvonne for over a decade.
Yep.
And she moved to Wilmington from the Midwest. But
Midwest
you've
girls are the
been
best.
a little busy since I've known you. And, you have a different brand, which we'll get into in a little bit. But I love that you've decided to kind of peel off and have a voice and do something different. So, Rebel Roots, what does that mean to you? Why did you choose that name?
It goes back into my childhood, right? And I know you were kind of in the same era, but my parents, not that they did anything wrong, right? But you were just raised a certain way. Why are you saying that? You were just raised a certain way. Like,
I have a stack of questions for you today, girl.
Nice. Well, I just, my parents, I was the first one that went to college.
Well, now wait a second. Were you the oldest?
I
How
was
many
the
siblings?
oldest. I have 2 sisters. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So of course, but I'm just saying, like, in that whole era, like my mom didn't go to college. My dad, they were blue collar. My mom was stay home. And that was just kind of the status quo back then, was this white picket fence, right? You went to school, you went and got a husband, you had kids, you lived happily ever after. And
There
it
was
just
a
didn't sit
sequence
right.
and order of expectation.
Right. Yeah.
And you mentioned white picket fence. Was your childhood the white picket fence? Was it perfect? Was it the story of together, family values, normal?
No. I mean, there wasn't nothing wrong with our family, but you worked. You sweat equity was how you earned your keep on the farm,
Earned your keep.
Earned your keep.
I grew up with that one.
I mean, my dad had 3 girls and he wanted a boy. And then being the oldest daughter, I was expected to work like a man back then. And during that process, I hated it. I just wanted to be the girly girl a little bit, but that wasn't an option. Now looking back, it's who I became that I'm grateful for because of all of those things that I got taught by my dad and parents.
Right. They didn't give you anything. They taught you how to go get every single thing in life that you want.
Totally. Not anything like, and I think even with my kids right now, you want to do better than what our parents did, right? And so it's that fine line of giving them.
Wait, you want to be a better parent than your parents were? Is that what you're saying?
And I'm not saying better. You just want more for your children, I feel like, instead of like struggling or, I just remember like, again, it was nothing bad, but going to Goodwill. Like I remember my mom going to yard sales and picking up our Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
And, did we know anything? No. But looking back, like I just remember this one Christmas that I wanted a real Cabbage Patch, and so my mom got a homemade Cabbage Patch doll because obviously they were so expensive, right? And I remember on Christmas morning pulling down the underwear of my Cabbage Patch doll, and it was not real. And my mom
it was cabbage snatched.
It was. And my mom told me, she's like, I just laid in bed that Christmas morning crying because like, you knew that it wasn't the real thing. And I don't know. I just, I wanted a little bit more, I guess, for my kids, just so they didn't have to go through that or it wasn't bullying back there, but be made fun of, like I was a ginger. I had pale skin. I was a farm kid. I was uncool on every level you could think of back then. And I just wanted maybe an easier route for my girls when they were born, but did we go too far?
Have you gone too far?
I'm going to say no. Even though Gracie, I love you to death. She's still at the house, but
still living at home at what
still
age?
Living at home. She's 24. Shelby's 27, And I don't want to judge them because I do think that every kid, I mean, yours are still young at the moment. So once you get to that, but they're in the right place, right? They're supposed to be here for that. And I keep trying to be patient with that.
So
She's here for a
you
reason.
mentioned uncool in every way.
I was so uncool.
When did you become cool?
Oh, I'm still trying to work on that.
No, I think you're there. I think you arrived.
I would say that I was not cool until maybe after my divorce. I feel like I didn't get my voice because I was still living the white picket fence. And I feel like when I got my divorce and I stood up for myself for the first time, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck all you. Like, I don't care. I'm not keeping up with the Joneses. I'm going to walk down my own path. And I really don't care if you don't like me or not. And I'm not going to match your energy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give that a little bit of momentum. So when I first met you,
Yeah.
so okay, back it up. Why did you move to North Carolina?
Beach, sand, sun. Thought I was going to chill.
That's absolutely not true.
Seriously. We were from the Midwest. I was tired of cold winters. I wanted to live near the beach. Jen Hendershot told me that this little town, Wilmington, North Carolina, was amazing. And so I drove, not me, me and Don drove 22 hours down here to check this beach out. And so seriously, I thought that when we came down here that I was going to read books on the beach and chill and enjoy life a little bit.
Have you met yourself?
It didn't work out well at all. I don't think I still have read 2 books since I've been here on the beach. I know, but that was the goal. That was the plan. When we lived in the Midwest, we were open 7 days a week. And so then when we came to Wilmington, we closed on Sunday, kind of like that Chick-fil-A model.
So you moved to, like, let's not assume that people know who you are. So you moved to North Carolina and you opened
Clean Eats.
Clean Eats.
Yeah.
On Racing Drive across from the gym.
Yep.
And you immediately were closed on Sundays.
Because I was going to read books on the beach.
So since I've known you, you've not done anything normal.
Okay.
To the beat of a normal drum. You have not, if everyone went left, you went right. If someone told you couldn't, it was gasoline on your already redheaded raging fire.
I hate to be told no, or I can't,
I know.
or anything. And
Fully aware.
Like we have a project going on at work right now, and I've just had some naysayers, and I was like, you know how this is going to work out. I'm going to get my way, and it's going to work. So why is that? Why do you think that I am that way? Just do you have a reason?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's who you are. It's probably goes back to childhood of not being cool, of maybe not being heard, of maybe not having validity or standing in, your own truth. And from the second that I remember I remember meeting you in the gym. I remember because I never worked out with anyone.
No.
And would not say yes to a workout partner. I remember for whatever reason, I think I felt sorry for you just a little bit. And we set up a workout. I think because you had asked me a couple times and like people knew kind of not to ask me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we'll do this once. We'll check the box. And the first time we worked out together, I remember leaving the gym and calling my husband at the time. And I was like, yeah, I'm keeping her. So your work ethic, head down, focused, drive, do the thing, make every minute count was an energy that you brought to every single thing that you did. And that's why I didn't train with women at the time. They wanted to talk. They wanted to, assess, have me assess their form or talk about.
Wanted something from you versus to give.
From me. Yeah. Absolutely. And so we quickly became workout partners. So I got and training in the morning before the gym would open, before anyone was there. So we had a dark, 20,000 square foot facility. And so I got to see every raw, unfiltered once we trusted each other, because that's like takes a minute with
Yeah.
Capricorns. I got to hear every raw, unfiltered truth of you as you grew your business, of everything that someone said you could not do. And I watched you knock those out one by one by one, all the way into turning into a multi-million dollar, tens of millions
I don't even know.
franchise across the United States. I remember every single thing that you would tell me that you were up against. You were like, I want the military contract. And I just knew every time you said, I want the, whatever came after that was about to happen. And so it's interesting to see and you were never afraid to fail, ever. And you would actually, again, fuel to your fire. So did that come from your roots?
I yeah, I think it was always there. I think that just from, again, growing up, kind of just the misfit, right? With the red hair. And I was just in the farm kid, like everyone else was so much cooler than me. And my birthday was on December 28th. So I never even had cool birthday parties at the time either. So, there was just like so many things that kind of kept me, I think, outside the circle of most friend groups. And I know I say rebel, but I am kind of a rule follower a little bit. Like, I wouldn't break curfew. I didn't drink for the longest time. I was like a goody good, but I wasn't, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it was because I didn't want to do those things. They weren't important to me. Like, I had other goals that I wanted, and I saw where everyone else kind of was in those groups that were doing the things that was so cool at the time. And I'm just like, it just doesn't do anything for me. I want to do a little bit more. And I wanted out of my small town. I wanted big city. I wanted roads that had yellow lines down them, that instead of country roads,
not dirt and gravel.
not dirt and gravel, I just wanted more in life. And I think that was my fuel underneath of me. And then as people kept on saying, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm like, watch me, and so then it became almost a game that I was going to prove them wrong. And then I started proving them wrong. And that even created more fuel, and I was like, well, I'm unstoppable now. I'm just going to see what I can get away with.
So in launching a podcast, because clearly your plate is extremely full, and I know you because you have never chased money.
No.
You've never chased fame or the spotlight.
No.
You have chased growth and impact. And I probably should have asked you that question instead of told you the answer to that question. But in doing a podcast, what's your goals here?
My goal, you know me, I love storytelling. And there's so many amazing people with such great stories. And I feel like we're almost losing an era of our time. Like all of those old timers out there, all those farmers, all of I know, but I mean, if you start okay, sourdough bread is a big craze. I mean, how many years ago did we make sourdough bread? But now all of a sudden it's trendy and it's cool and all this. But there's so many stories, and I just don't want our history with the females and all just those cool stories. I mean, even my parents, even though I didn't think they were cool at the time, I just don't want to lose that. And I think that with Instagram and social media and all those things, that everyone looks famous these days, right? And so if you're just starting out, man, you feel like you're already behind the thing. And that's not true, because every one of us, the 6 or 5 women that sit on the couch here with me every other time, and just the different eras of those and their different point of views. I always say that I sit on a fence, right? I never go right or wrong. I can always put myself in someone else's shoes and see their point of view, and being judgy and just forming an opinion on people, like, it's just not cool. And there's stories behind everything. There's just the roots of people. And I also think it's cool, no matter how far you want to run from your childhood or your growing up, it's those roots that you're going to actually go back to, that you know what I mean? Look at me, big city. I don't want a farm. Now I'm growing a damn garden. I have horses again. I have cows.
Yep.
Like, what the hell happened to me? And now for some reason, it's just got a different appreciation to me, you know? And I think it's because this is my problem, being told to go work on the farm versus me wanting to go work on the farm is a completely different.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to kind of go through the things that you've gone through and then circle back to the richness of that simplicity.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that you just want the simple life again?
Yeah.
But I just want to tell stories of those simple lives and just what people go through. And hopefully someone out there who's just starting to say, like Miss Gracie that's at home, you know, she just hears that story and she's like, you know what? I can do that. Like, they started at my age and they created this. And I just want it to be real and authentic and just rooted.
Yeah. And I think that that's something that's so important these days, is that I feel like, especially having a business online, everything's fake.
Ugh.
Everything's fake.
Dopamine and nothing feels real anymore, you know, and just
truthful.
We're truthful, authentic. We're so scared to be authentic, even though authentic supposedly is what everyone is attracted to. But is it really authentic, or are we saying it's authentic and we really are just doing what we want because we all wear the mask behind everything?
So what mask do you wear?
I can honestly tell you I don't. It's too much to keep up with. Like, I'm just honest about it because I think I got a little bit of dementia setting in too. So, you know, I can't remember. I can't lie because I can't remember with it. So you might as well just tell the truth. So the story is the same every time, whichever way you ask me, it's still the same.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
You know what? And I think I'm at that age too. Like we say, as you get older, that people who are old, like, they don't care what they say or how they act, or and I might be stepping into that era, you know, like I don't have time. Yeah, I know. I
you can blame it on
dog
your
ears.
Dementia.
But I just feel like it's too much of a dog and pony show. Like, if you're not real with me, I don't have time. I just don't have the energy, and I want to put my energy into something that gives it back to me versus me trying to, like, always. I want good energy back. I feel like I've had my energy taken for so many years because I've been pouring into others, and I just want some back. And so that's who I'm surrounding myself with these days.
Love it.
Might just be mini donkeys. I don't know, but they do fuel you.
So you have your hands in several businesses.
Yep.
Clean Eats. You have V&V Farms, which kind of started out as a passion project, really. Well, the story of that is so interesting.
Well, yeah, you missed that boat because we were going to go in partners on it. That's fun fact that I couldn't afford the property at that time when I was looking at it. And so me and DSV, DSV, and I on a beach walk, I proposed going into this business together, and both of them turned me down.
Well, hold on. It was a timing thing.
No, me too. But I still went.
Okay, fair. And so this has turned into, what do you have out there?
So we're working on a venue for weddings, team events, like anything that you can dream of out there. Isn't it weird that, like, I am the most uncompassionate person that
This is true.
This is so true.
Friends.
And I blame my mother for this. If I had to blame anything,
Hold on. You are and you're not. You have zero tolerance for whining, BS, like any of that. You
right.
have no tolerance for that. However, one of the first things that I fell in love with about you as a friend is that you're actually that friend that you can call and be like, hey, so I'm painting my bedroom this weekend and I really need your help. And you'd be like, okay, I've got the soccer tournament that we're taking food to, and I'll be there between 3 and 5.
Yeah, but that's
Like
work.
but it doesn't matter what it is.
If
You helping
Mm.
someone out. I'm sorry. No,
if
you're
you
there.
called me up and you said, "Hey, I need you to come cuddle with me because I'm crying," I'd be like, "I don't think I'm the right person. I don't think I could do
I
that."
don't think you pick friends that cry.
maybe that's why I've never been asked that.
Right?
I mean, even with the girls, I'm just like, suck it up. You got this. Like, they joke about me because they always say, like, you would say, like, that's far away from your heart, mom. Or, I'd be like, you're fine. That's way far from your heart. Like, you're still going to live. And like, that was what was going, I was kind of that mom, but it toughened them up. And
Okay, I didn't mean to deviate you. You were saying
Yeah,
how
where was
cold-hearted
I
and bitchy that you
But
are. And
yeah,
where
to
was that
think
going?
about someone with like my black heart, I'm going to give
Weddings.
special moments to weddings and to make special moments
Ooh, are
at
you
other people's.
softening up? Maybe?
Maybe it's just a challenge because people said I couldn't do it.
Probably.
You're like, your
Cold-hearted-
dark heart, black heart.
Cold-hearted-
How are you
cold-hearted
gonna?
witch.
The most important moment of someone's life, I'm going to be in control of it. How?
You have a coordinator for this, right?
Yeah,
Good.
I'm just gonna work.
That was
but-
smart. Know your strengths and your weaknesses.
But I also originally, we started this off with a retreat, and I'm in the process of trying to do a retreat now. I've almost got it how I want it.
Women's retreat.
Women's retreat, yeah, and rooted. I just
Love it.
want y'all to come out there barefoot, put your feet in the grass.
Of the businesses that you have your hands in, because I've
Yeah.
watched you even within Clean Eats play in different arenas with clothing and with retreats,
Yeah.
with starting the foundation, with doing all of the things that you do within and under that umbrella. Don't overthink this. Ready?
Okay.
What is the favorite thing that you do? What's your passion right now? You're thinking way too long. Knee jerk.
So I would have to say whatever I'm building at the moment. Let me explain. So there's a new project with Clean Eats that we're doing, and it's in the building phase, and that's super exciting, right? We're in the building phase of V&V Farm. Like, that's super excited. I always love to design with the clothing. So each one has a special place in my heart depending on what phase the company's in.
You're a
If that
fire
makes-
starter. You're
Yeah.
total red personality. You like the vision, you like the startup, and then you need someone to come behind you and clean it up.
I need someone to put the details in everything that makes it all work and then explain it how others is going to work, right? But then when you put me in the day-to-day box, I hate life. I hate it.
You hate consistency.
I hate routine-ish.
So would you say that that's why you guys have been so successful? Because Don is
Yes.
the polar opposite of you.
Yeah. I always say he's the black and white and I'm the 50 Shades of Gray.
Yep.
And he keeps me, like, I can throw out 1,000 ideas and he'll be like, okay, that one that you just said is golden,
Yep.
Yeah, so we're really,
Y'all are very dynamic. You have found your spaces sorry, I'm taking over this part. Watching the two of you, y'all have found your spaces within the relationship. You guys both know where you shine. You know where you have to come behind the other and clean up.
yeah.
You know where you have to encourage each other. You know where you have to reset each other. And you guys do that so well.
It looks probably easy on the outside, but I mean,
No,
it still
no.
takes work, and I think probably if you would have, I think we were really good years 1 and 2, maybe 3. I'm trying to think when we got to Wilmington. I mean, we went through like a little rough patch, and I think you remember that.
Oh, you
Yeah.
flipped a table. You threw food at each other in the restaurant. I think half of Wilmington might have remembered that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, I
But
did
yeah,
throw rice. But I think you need that, right? And I think what you have to do is that you still have to respect one another,
mm,
right? And because if you respect one another, you're going to have the work to put into it to make
hmm
it work out, right? Then all of us have to stay in each other's lanes. I know it sounds like I don't, but I do merge sometimes with a blinker on, but I try
blink.
to stay in there. And then you know what? You just got to like stand up for one another because I didn't do that with my first husband. Like I would tear him down in front of everybody. And I think that the person that you're supporting, you have to be their raving fan and not let anyone else see that there's cracks in there. I'm not saying that
Totally.
you can be honest about the relationship, but you just can't go and tear someone down behind their back without having the conversation first with them about the faults, right? Does that make
I've
sense?
never heard you speak a crossword about Dawn.
You haven't ever?
Nope. Not. Mm-mm. No.
I learned a lot from my first marriage to my second marriage.
I'm really like checking in on this. No. I've heard you complain one time when he was like on the path of like not wanting to grow clean eats and wanting to be a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah.
There was a
This ain't gonna pay the
minor
bills,
little
honey.
yeah, there was like a complaint, but you did not attack him his personality, his character, even his thoughts. You didn't even say like this is so dumb. You're just like he is frustrating me right now. Like it was just
I'm sure I didn't say
no.
it that nice, but I'm like, I'm gonna rip his head off.
I no, I respect that. I
I
mean,
just knew going into a second marriage that I knew what my non-negotiables were. And I think with that, I was very upfront. Like, here's where I stand. And if you don't like these, then I'm just not your person. And they weren't nothing like major. I'm just like, I need to be your number one. And I need for you to come home and want to be with me. And
mhm.
I want to do things with you. And I want to have conversations. Like, it wasn't nothing major. It was just like, I think in my first marriage, he always had a group of friends, and the friends were always more important than I was.
Mm,
And I just wanted to be someone's number one in their relationship. And that was my non-negotiable.
mm. Love it. That's awesome.
So
Okay, so growing projects is your passion thing.
yeah, you know what I was going to do today when I went down the path during coffee?
What?
I was going to make Rebel Roots Christmas cards today
See?
because there's just not a sarcastic enough Hallmark cards out there for
For Christmas.
for just the
For
person
events.
like me who doesn't want to be sappy about shit.
Okay.
I know I went down this whole thing today, but go ahead. Where were you going?
Okay. So I still want to know what your favorite thing to do in your day is. You didn't answer me.
I did. I said whatever I was building. I just love the discovery of stuff. Like,
Okay, so you have all this
I would
work, though.
totally be probably in Goodwill thrifting some old shirts so that I could rip them
Right.
apart and make
That's
some
what I was getting
handbags.
at. Yep.
Taking a sewing
That's what I was
class on
getting at.
oleander.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The pajamas you made?
I have embroidery templates at home that
Yeah.
I'm working on right now. I can make
Yep.
some Christmas gifts are going to be interesting this year.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you've done all this work.
Yeah.
Do you relax?
No.
What do you do
There
for
is-
play?
Good question. For fun?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm still working on that part of my life at the moment. It's we're actually going to have a podcast later on with the girls, so maybe I can get some good ideas from all of you. Fun is just like, I think, that's just not what I was brought up with, is fun. We never took vacations. I didn't get on an airplane till I was 27. Like, there just wasn't room. And so I'm really trying really, really, really hard to learn how to have fun. I know. Doesn't that sound weird that you can't have fun? But to me, going to sewing classes is kind of fun, but I got to find something other than kind of that stuff that is not work again.
What do you do to relax?
Mow grass.
Ask a redhead
Pull
what they
weeds.
do to relax.
Pull weeds. I pulled weeds. I love, I guess, using my hands. Like anything that can do manual labor. My grandmother always said, like, moving your hands and keeping, like, just grounded, like, keeps the mind still.
Okay, so you started a farm.
Start a farm.
And you got all of these amazing creatures out there.
Yes.
So we have many cows. We have many donkeys. We have horses. You have 2 dogs. Don't ever think it knee-jerk reaction. Which one's your favorite and why? It's like asking you what's your favorite
That's
kid.
terrible.
I won't tell them.
So I did whisper to Queenie today or yesterday that she was my favorite and not to tell the others.
Who is Queenie?
Queenie is
They don't
the
know
brown horse. She's the brown Clydesdale. I don't know. There's just something. She's just
Above the donkeys? I'm shocked by this.
I know. I was
would've
going to say
lost the friend
donkeys and then
trivia.
Luna. The donkeys are like, yeah, they're just been a little sassy here lately. So I'm just, yeah. I think they're pregnant. So they're a little bitchy.
Okay. All right. So you're going to work on figuring out what to do for your calm. But in the meantime, you can find her on this podcast in Clean Eats, at the farm, hosting weddings. And do you want to tell them where they can find you on social media?
Yeah. You can check me out at Yvonne Verity on Instagram, Yvonne Verity on Facebook, Clean Eats Life, if you want to follow that, VNV Farms, and Rebel Roots Show.
It was an honor and privilege to interview you today. Thank you so much for having me.
Love you, girl.
Love you too.